Okay, we are back. So let's go to question 11. We are asked to find the modulus of the complex number. The modulus is also called the absolute value of a complex number. So let me write the expression and see how we can fix that. Sorry for the break in transmission. So let's see. Let me rewrite the expression. Let's see how we can get the modulus of this. We are given 1 plus 2i, 1 plus 2i over 1 minus I. This expression we have. So what I will do in this case, I will just let the minus sign here to open the bracket. I will allow the minus sign in the denominator to open the bracket. If that should happen, then I'm going to have 1 plus 2i over 1 minus 1 plus I. Because minus will give me plus. So I will have 1 minus 1 plus I. So minus 1 plus 1 is 0. I'm just left with 1 plus 2i over I. So I can use the I or rationalize it. I can rationalize the I, the denominator, so that I can have a simple expression because it's a little bit complex as it is. So let's rationalize the I. I'm going to have 1 plus 2i times I over I times I. So if I expand, I times 1 will give us I plus 2i times I will give us 2i squared over I squared. Remember what we said earlier, that I squared, our I squared is simply minus 1. That's what we said earlier when we were treating the first complex number. So I'm going to have I plus 2 bracket minus 1 over minus 1, which is I minus 2 over minus 1. So in minus 1, if I divide the numerator by minus 1, the minus I will affect each of these 10. That will give us minus I plus 2. So now that it's more simplified, I can now look for the modulus. The modulus is the absolute value of this expression. This will give us square root of minus 1 squared plus 2 squared, which is square root of 1 plus 4. That will give us the square root of 5. That's not the modulus of the expression. Let's go back and see which of the option is correct. Yes, you can see there is option D. The answer is square root of 5. So let's look at question 12. It's also a complex number. Now, it says if, open bracket, 1 plus I, open bracket, x plus iy equals to 2 plus 4i. Then 5x is what? So let's first of all expand the bracket given to us, and we arrange the real number and the imaginary number to each other. So let's do that. We're going to have, they gave us 1 plus I plus x plus iy is equals to 2 plus 4i. Equals to 2 plus 4i. We are asked to find 5x. So when I have a situation like this, the first thing I will do is to open the bracket. But while doing that, don't forget what to say is I square. I square, we said the value is minus 1. So let's expand the bracket. 1 times x will give us x. 1 times iy will give us iy plus I times x will give us ix. While I times iy will give us I plus I square I equals to 2 plus 4i. I square we said is minus 1, so I can replace this with minus 1. So I'm left with x plus iy plus ix minus y is equals to 2 plus 4i. Now, if you look at the left-hand side, we have I. So I'm going to group the I as 1. I'll group the I as 1. Why I will arrange x to y? Because both of them are real. Real number, they don't have the I. That's what we call them real number. So I will have x minus y plus, I is common from these two, I into x plus y is equals to 2 plus 4i. All I need to do is to compare coefficients, real to real, imaginary to imaginary, on both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Who's the real number on the left-hand side? It's x minus y. Who's the real number on the right-hand side? Is 2. So let's do that. We're having x minus y is equals to 2. Then let's also compare the imaginary. That means x plus y will give us 4. Because in the left-hand side, the I bracket, x plus y is imaginary. On the right-hand side, we have 4i. So let's compare both of them now. We are going to have x plus y equals to 4. So we have x plus y is equals to 4. I call this equation 1. I call this equation 2. So you can solve equation 1 and 2 now simultaneously by looking for x. Our interest is x. We are asked to find 5x. So I need x to get 5x. So this is two equations. I can solve them by saying adding equation 1 and 2. Because the y is negative. If I add both of them, it will just give me 0. So I will write add 1 and 2. If I should add 1 and 2, x plus x will give us what? 2x. Y plus y will just blow up to 0. Then 2 plus 4 is 6. My x is now what? 6 over 2. That will give us 3. Then we are asked to find 5x. So my 5x will be what? 5 bracket 3. That will give us 15. Our answer is simply 15. That is the solution to the question. Our answer is 15. That happens to be option C. That is option C. Question 13 is similar to question 11 we just did. We are asked to find the modulus. What I will do, if the expression given to you have a fraction, the first thing you do is to rationalize it. The denominator. So let's see how we can achieve that to get the modulus. Let's rationalize it. We are given 4 plus 2i over 1 minus 2i. So if I rationalize, I'll rationalize by looking for the conjugate of the denominator. For the conjugate means the negative value becomes positive value becomes negative. So now that we're having negative value, if I'm rationalizing, it becomes positive. That means times, let's rationalize now, 2 plus I. 2 plus I now is the conjugate. It's now a positive value over 1 plus 2i also. This is the way to rationalize from the idea of surd in mathematics. This is the way to rationalize. Don't forget, we said our I square is what? Minus 1. Don't forget that. So let's expand the numerator and the denominator. So if I should expand, 4 times 1 will give me 4, plus 4 times 2i will give me 8i. 2i times 1 will give me 2i. 2i times 2i will give me plus 4i squared over 1 time, here is the difference of 2 square, 1 square minus 4 square I. Don't forget what we said about I square. I square is minus 1. Then I can add these two guys because they are the same. I can add both of them together. So that will give us 4 plus 10i plus 4 bracket minus 1. Place of I square now. Place of this I square now, I'm putting minus 1 in place of this I square. Then the same thing I will do here, I'll put minus 1 in place of this I square. 1 square is 1, minus 4 bracket minus 1. What would that give to us? 4 times minus 1 is minus 4, so minus 4 and 4 will just give us 0. So I'm left with 10i, just 10i over 4 times minus 1 is over 5. That will give us what? 2i. So we are looking for the absolute or the modulus value of 2i. That will just give us square root of 2 all squared, which is square root of 4. Our result is 2. So let's see which of the option is that, which is option C. Our result is 2. Question 14 is similar to question 13 we just did, but this time we are not looking for the modulus. They just ask you to rationalize by looking for the conjugate. So I will leave that for you to solve, rationalize what you have there, and see what your answer could be. Now, it says find the square root of what? Minus 7. Ideally, if you press calculator now, square root of minus 7, it will give you error. So how do you find the square root of minus 7? From calculator, you are going to have an error. So let's see how we can simplify that. Square root of minus 7. I can write minus 7 as minus 1 times 7. It doesn't change anything. It remains as what? Minus 7. But from complex number, we are told that I square is what? Minus 1. So that means if I see minus 1, I will put I square. So this will give us square root I square times 7. So if I apply the law of sort, that will give us square root of I square times the square root of 7. I can take the square root individually. I square will now give us what? I and what? Root 7. So square root of minus 7 is I root 7. Let's go back and see which of the option is correct. That is I root 7, which is option A, is the correct option. Then question 16 is just a simple expansion. I will leave that for you to solve. It says open bracket minus I into 8 plus I. All you need to do, use the I minus I outside to multiply what is inside. While doing that, don't forget the value of I square. I square is what? Is minus 1. Don't forget that. That will help you to determine the answer. It says they're asking now what is the nature of the root? 2x squared minus 3x plus 7. We are back to root of quadratic equation again. What is the nature of the root? I described the nature of the root for you the other time. There are 3 conditions. When our discriminant is greater than 0, we call that real root. When the discriminant is equal to 0, we call that equal root. When the discriminant is less than 0, we call that imaginary root. So let's see how we can determine to know the nature of the root, whether it's equal root, complex root, or real root. Complex root is also called imaginary root, and the real or what is real root, or is none of the above. Let's see how we can achieve that. They gave us 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Our discriminant, d greater than 0, we call that real. D equals to 0, we call that equal. Then d less than 0, we call it complex or imaginary. Referred to as complex or imaginary. So what is the expression for d we said the other time? We said our d is what? B squared minus 4ac. That's the value of d. So if I should compare variables now from our quadratic equation that says as squared plus bs plus c is equals to 0. So if I should compare that now, you agree with me that my a is 2, my b is what? Minus 3, my c is what? 1. So let's substitute these values now into our discriminant to determine the nature. Let's substitute it now. Anywhere I see a, I will put 2. Anywhere I see b, I will put minus 3. Anywhere I see c, I will put 1. If that should happen, what do we have? I'm going to have minus 3 all square minus 4 d equals to now 4 times 2 and 1. 4 times 2 and 1. So d will give us what? Minus 3 squared is 9 minus 8. What is the value of d now? Is 1. So the value of d, it means that our d is greater than what? 0. That means it's a real root. It's a real root. So that was the condition we stated earlier. If d is greater than 0, is a real root. 1 is greater than 0, so we can call it a real root. So number 17, the answer is real root, which is option C. Is real root, which is option C. Number 18, we are asked to find the minimum value of the root. So here we are about to quadratic equation also. We are asked to find the minimum value of the root. This is also simple. We also use the discriminant value to determine the minimum value. We use the discriminant value to also do so. I know the discriminant value states that d equals to b squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac. So let's see how we can achieve that. The equation is given to us as 2x squared minus 3x, 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. So we have y, 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. So how do we get our minimum? The minimum is, y minimum is 4ac minus b squared divided by 4a. This is how you determine the minimum. 4ac minus b squared over 4a. So if you compare as squared plus bs plus c, as squared plus bs plus c, you agree with me that our a is 2, our b is minus 3, our c is 1. So if I fix it into this expression, what are we having? 4 times my a is 2, my c is 1, minus my b minus 3 squared divided by 4 times 1, which is 8 minus 9 divided by 4. Our answer is minus 1 over 4. This is the minimum value, minus 1 over 4. Let's check our option. My option, we have minus 1 over 4. Where is it? Nature of this root, okay. I can see it. 2x squared, okay. Done that. Oh, I wrote the wrong equation. I'm supposed to write x squared minus 3x plus 4. Let's take that again. Supposed to have x squared minus 3x plus 4. So y minimum equals to 4ac minus b squared over 4a. We're having x squared minus 3x plus 4. Let me verify that once again. X squared minus 3x plus 4, yes. So let's see what minimum will be. So my a is 1, my b is minus 3, my c is 4. So I'm having 4 times 1 times 4 minus 3 squared over 4 times 1, which is 16 minus 9 over 4. 16 minus 9, that should give us 7 over 4. So our answer is 7 divided by 4. No answer from that question, no answer at all. It's supposed to be y, not x, except they are asked to find the minimum of x, not the minimum of y. Are asked to find the minimum of x. From the expression, now they look for the minimum of x and not the minimum of y. So how do you get the minimum of x? The minimum of x, the question ought to be minimum of y, not x. The minimum of x is x minimum is minus b over 2a. That is x minimum. That is the formula for x minimum. Minus b over 2a. So my b is 3. My A is 1. So let's get that. So I'm having minus 3 over 2 times 1 is now minus 3 over 2. So our x minimum is minus 3 over 2. And that happens to be, let me see, it's 3 over 2, not minus. And that happens to be option A, 3 over 2. Then number 19, you say if x squared minus 3a plus 1 equal to p, open bracket, x minus 3 has equal root. I gave the condition for equal root the other time when the discriminant is equal to what? 0. When the discriminant is equal to 0, that's why we have equal root. So let's see what our expression, let's simplify this. We are given x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to p into x minus 3. See, is a real root. Not real, but equal. Is an equal root. Equal root. So, you know the expression says that d is equals to b squared minus 4ac. So when d is 0, then we say is what? Is as an equal root. So that means every I see d, I'm to impute 0. But before then, I need to get the value of a, b, and c from the expression given to us. I need to get the value of a, b, and c from the expression using the normal or the standard quadratic equation. So let's rearrange this. I'm going to have x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equals to, I will open this bracket, that will give us what? Px minus 3p. So all I need to do now is to collect like terms by transferring p and 3p to the other side. So if that should happen, I will have x squared minus 3x plus 1. Then if I'm bringing in px, become minus px. If I'm bringing in minus 3p, become plus 3p. Nothing left here, 0. So I can group these 2p together because both of them have x. I can group these two together because they have x. So I'm going to have x squared minus 3x minus px. Then these two, I'll group them because they have no x. 1 plus 3p equals 0. So what is common from these two brackets here? X is common. So we have x squared into 3 plus p x plus 1 plus 3p is equals to 0. So now that I've arranged that this, I will compare it to the standard equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So if I compare now, my a is 1, my b is now minus into 3 plus p, and my c is now 1 plus 3p. So my a is equals to 1, my b is equals to minus into 3 plus p, and my c is 1 plus 3p. So I'm having d equals to b squared minus 4ac. For the root to be real, mean my d is 0. I will substitute now. Anyways, I will now put b in place of b now, which is minus into 3 plus p all squared minus 4 times a times 1 plus 3p. So if I square this, minus sign will affect, the square will affect this minus. I'm just left with 3 plus p all squared minus 4 into 1 plus 3p is equals to 0. Because 4 times 4 will give us 4. So I will expand this. I need to expand this into 2 because it appeared twice. Then I'm supposed to have p plus 3 into p plus 3. So if you expand that, you're going to have p squared minus 6p plus 9. You can try that out. If you expand it, it will give you that. Then I will use minus 4 to open the bracket. That will give you minus 4 minus 12p. Minus 4 minus 12p is equals to 0. So if I rearrange by adding p and p, I'm going to have p squared minus 18p plus what do I have there? Plus 5 is equals to 0. That is what we are left with. Plus 5 equals to 0. That is what we are left with as at, yes, that's what we are left with. So all you need to do is to factorize this expression. What can you multiply to give you 5? You add up, it give you minus 18. What can you multiply to give you 5? If you add up, it give you 18. Okay, that's what you are left with. Okay, well, you're supposed to be plus or minus, so I'm going to make some corrections. You're supposed to be plus, then you're supposed to be minus 6. You're supposed to be minus 6. Minus 6, yes. So what can we multiply to have 5? If we add, we have minus 6. The factors is minus 1 and minus 5. So that will give us p minus 1, p minus 5 is equals to 0. If you simplify from here, our p will give you 1 or 5. From there, our p will give you 1 or 5. Let's check the options. P should be 1 or 5. So which is option B? P equals to 1 or 5. So question 20, this is where we stop today. It says solve the equation x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. X squared minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. X squared minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. I cannot factorize this. What I will do is to impute the formula method that says x plus minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So if you compare, just as we have been doing it, my b is minus 4, my a is 1, my c is minus 3. If you follow the process, my b is minus 4, my a is 1, and my c is minus 3. So let's impute it. Minus into minus 4 plus minus 4 all squared, which is my b, 4 times 1 times minus 3 over 2 times 1. So minus minus there will give us plus. So we're going to have 4 plus minus 4 squared is 16 plus, why is it plus? Minus 4 times 1, that is minus 4. Minus 4 times minus 3, that will give us a plus 12. Plus of 12. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to have 4 plus minus square root of 28 divided by 2. 28, we can obtain a perfect square from 28, which is 4. So I will have this as 4 plus minus square root of 4 times 7 over 2. So if you look at the numerator, I can take the square root of 4 out. That will give us 2. 4 plus minus 2 root 7 over 2. So if you look at the numerator, 2 is common. I can factor out 2 from the numerator. I can factor out 2 from the numerator. That will give us 2 into 2 plus minus root 7 over 2. So 2 cancel 2. We are left with 2 plus minus root 7 as our value of x according to the question. So let's check which of the options is right. Let's check which of them is correct. So we are having 2 plus minus root 7, which is option B. So this is all we can take for today. If you have any question, you may ask before we make progress, and we might also fix on that class. If you didn't enjoy this one because of the network and the break retransmissions, we can always fix another at your request. So you can ask any question you want. Any questions? So if there are no questions, we will inform you next. We are going to organize class for another aspect, either physics or chemistry or mathematics again. The other aspect of the maths, vector and vector, yes, vector in particular. We will organize that again. Then we might also reorganize this if you didn't enjoy this one well enough. Because afternoon, how are you? I can make, if you need it, I can make that available and send it to you if you want that. Okay, all right, thank you. All right. Okay, all right. I will do that. Thank you. Hmm. Any further questions? All right. This is our YouTube channel, like I said earlier before we started, although you might not hear me. I will call it STEM of Africa. We deal with computers, data processing, programming, what have you, mathematics, physics, chemistry, even technical drawing for those who are interested in technical drawing, among others, and engineering maths, engineering drawing, among other things. And AutoCAD, we also do into AutoCAD. So it's STEM up, which is cover technology, engineering, maths, and science. So if you have not subscribed, please help us by subscribing. That's the only way you can support us. Thank you very much, you all. So I will leave it here. See you in our next class on how to program it. We might get through to you through your class captain or your email. Thank you.
Do you want to ask a question?